Philip Lord. Today we're doing a towing test of the Ford Falcon XT wagon. Let's go and hitch it up to see how it tows. The Falcon sedan was upgraded last year in May when they introduced the FG series in both sedan and ute. The wagon missed out. It continued as went from the BF Mark II to BF Mark III when the FG series sedan came out. So really, the wagon was just a continuation of the old model, whereas the sedan and ute had pretty much reskins and were very much new. As a result, with this upgrade that happened in May last year, the wagon got traction control and stability control as standard, a few different colours with carpeting, a remote fob for the key, different tyres, a bit of different paint for the grille, and that was pretty much it. It's a very simple car in a lot of ways. This design goes back to the AU Falcon of 1998, if not earlier, and so the windscreen looks very familiar, and the turret as well from that vintage. The 4-litre 6-cylinder engine has been around for a while, but it's a really good engine. It has lots of power, plenty of torque, gets a little bit noisy when it's revved, but other than that there's not much to complain about at all with this engine. It's a good thing. The transmission is an electronically controlled 4-speed automatic. It's a pretty simple transmission that shows no sophistication of perhaps the later 5- and 6-speed autos used in the Falcon sedan. But having said that, look, it does a pretty good simple workman-like job with the shifts. It can thump occasionally, but you know, generally it's not bad. It just could do perhaps another couple of ratios ideally. The interior layout of the Falcon is pretty simple. All the controls are easy to see, nice big buttons with large symbols or writing on them so you know exactly what it is and where it is. There's plenty of room here, the seats are pretty comfortable. The fit and finish is not bad. I mean, this, like everything in this car, does feel a little bit dated now, and it's certainly not the absolute best in terms of fit and finish, but by the same token, nothing fell off, nothing rattled. It's a pretty good thing inside. When we set the Falcon up to tow, we hitched up a 1600 kilo tandem axle van with a ball weight of about 150 kilos. Because it dropped a bit at the rear and therefore the front would lift slightly with the 150 kilo ball load, we decided to use the load levelling kit. Ford actually specifies for the Falcon wagon 2 different kits, a 1600 kilo maximum towing kit and a 2300 kilo kit. We used the 2300 kilo kit even though we were borderline with our 1600 kilo maximum weight tow. When towing, the Falcon was pretty good. It did everything absolutely fine, had plenty of power. Going up our test hill, we just motored on up with no problems whatsoever. In fact, there's a bit in reserve. Coming down with the hill with engine braking, yeah, it wasn't fantastic like it might be in a good diesel, but you know, for a petrol 6 it wasn't bad. It held speed on the easier gradient, and as the hill became steeper, yes, it started to gather a bit of speed, but we only needed to dab the brakes to hose it down. Towing stability is really good in the Falcon. There was no swaying, no pitching, nothing untoward happened on our freeway test where we sat at 100 kilometres an hour at about 1800 RPM. A couple of trucks passed us when we got stuck in the slow lane and we were doing about 80. Trucks passing us at about 100 kilometres an hour, so there's a 20 k an hour difference between the speeds of our vehicle and the trucks or the semis, and you know, there was a bit of a bow wave, you could feel it. We were pushed around a little, but again, nothing untoward, nothing unusual about that either. Really, this is a really good towing rig with its live rear axle and leaf springs. That's the sort of design you really want for carrying loads, and that does it really well in this car. I'm Philip Lord, you've been watching the Caravan World Tow Test of the Ford Falcon. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.